Most of the patients will be patients from counties, and therefore when they control it from Nairobi and license it from Nairobi, it means you can find an ambulance that is worse than the ones we are calling matatus licensed, which will be too late for you, and there's nothing you can do because you're not the ones who license them. They come and pick your patient. Sometimes maybe you're not there physically to say no. Your people may say it's better we move because there's no other ambulance available that time. Then they die on the way. It's even better if they were somewhere else. So we should be involved in co-creation so that we have levels, including in that vetting. Counties should be involved so that we can also, like the way we have a board where we have our own representatives, and we also make sure that what is going to operate in your neighborhood, there should also be vetting. Why should ambulances be sent to operate in Mombasa, cleared by Nairobi, and the governor of Mombasa has not been involved in checking the standard as well?
Partners, if there are any there. First is to congratulate this committee for your election into office. I think this is your
Thank you so much, Chair and Excellency Governors present.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Excellency. So good morning once again. I'll quickly take you through the emerging issues in health as we are going to project. And Excellency Governors, I know health.
Just for purposes of clarity on what is happening. Your Excellencies, in terms of, because we have a council meeting on 19th, the symposium, so that we can be able now to, authoritatively say that we've evaluated
SHA in KEMSA and also in the digital health. That meeting was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago, but unfortunately we had other emerging issues, so we had to postpone. But it is.
But the second question that I had, you remember there was another set of medical equipment where we were supposed to, pay 70% and the national government pays 30% and it can be staggered over a period of time. What became of that? I remember the last time we were at State House, there was a discussion to the extent that there was evaluation on that potential, service. So do we understand where we are with that particular one for the smaller equipment? You remember that program?
Chair, can I answer that?
I think what we need to be able to hit on more is that they involve us in the standardization. Two, they need to be able to tell us how this app is going to work. Because the other danger that is there as well, Mary, they can create an app. How do we know that that app will give preference to other players?
That's the catch. That's what they're doing.
Exactly, because how will we know? So what we need to do is we just need to be able to tell them this way, that we are supporting you, however, bearing in mind that the number of ambulances the county governments own collectively are the majority. We simply want to be involved in one. Let us prepare the standardization manual. So what entails for it to be called an ambulance? Two, the part that you are saying that we are having a platform, before they launch this thing or anything else, because first of all, they said they want to launch it when? Okay. Now this is where the danger is. If they want to launch it by 1st of December, by now they should have already made arrangements and asked for number plates and logbooks from all the county governments. Now if none of you has already been requested for this information, which ambulances are they planning for? Unless there's someone who's already imported these ambulances mysteriously.
So we come up and draft amendments. There are going to be something that is going to be very, very shaky. The issues that are there is delay in payment. So we have to make it very clear that the same way they're saying that by 7th, by 9th, that there's a cutoff. Our proposal will be that within this period of time, the following 9th or the following 10th or the following 15th, they should have already paid to the facilities. Two, it also has to be very clear in that particular legislation. Because you see, they have a whole thing, the one for the digital health. But there's nowhere that talks about what happens when there's no connectivity. So we have to amend that law to include, I don't want to go to that example, but what is going to happen one day if they decide to shut down the internet? So we need to come up with an amendment to include as well that what happens in the event that for whatever reason there is no internet. I'm proposing that our secretariat with the legal team to immediately come up with amendments to the SHA law. Because once that is law, one, it has to be embedded in law. What is the time frame that they're actually meant to pay? What date are they actually meant to pay? Two, what are the penalties? It has to be very clear in law. What is the time frame for them to tell us that they've rejected us? And then after that, what is the time frame that a hospital can be able, a clinic, a hospital, or whatever, can be able to appeal? And then even after that, they have to give, in the event that the appeal did not work, we need to, the law has to be able to allow for an appeals board. And the membership of that appeals board should be with an equal representation of both the private hospitals, the public hospitals, faith-based hospitals, and the ministry as well, which is now the one that they're going to do. And then even that, we also need to be able to make it clear that every facility shall be given access to view their dashboard. Let it be in law. The danger that is going to be there, I can assure you, you know the way the NESP worked, this is what is going to happen. What is going to happen is you'll get a number of people, because they've already made it clear that they're going to now throw it out there that whoever has an ambulance, this is the rate at which we are paying per distress call, per kilometer. Now, if we're not careful, what will end up happening here is county ambulances will now be sent to departments of veterinary and agriculture. Of course, now we no longer have financing at a number of donors are pulling away. USAID, Danida is more or less on its goodbye stages. And we need to be able to now start thinking as a county team. There are programs currently that are there, and we need the Secretariat to provide advisories to us. I know that there are some programs that have been discussed a while back, the World Bank programs and all, but I'm seeing that because a number of you have the KDSP programs, which counties like Mombasa are not with, but you will realize that you're seeing a lot of people from the ministry starting to take effect on this. Programs like FLOCA, which are World Bank funded programs, but then the ones from health, we're yet to see because the ministry, without the ministry pushing, then we cannot get an equal allocation or a good allocation from Treasury to go to the departments of health on these particular matters. And I know that there was a program that had been discussed a while back. We need to be able to figure out a way of reviving it, either considering it's at advanced stages, either through a supplementary that national government will be doing, or the next budget, which we all know what is going to happen after June next year. I don't think any governor is going to be sitting unless those ones who are on their second term, everyone else will be on the move.
You know, ambulances are not registered under the name of a facility. Ambulances are registered under the name of the county government of Mombasa or a county government. How do you receive that payment if that fee is not in the Finance Act? Every county has a Finance Act. The reason why the facility improvement is very clear, so that means now all these payments go directly to a facility. An ambulance is registered under the name of a specific county government. That means that money has to go to the CRF. You know, these are the issues that they need to be able to. How else is the money going to come in?
And we would like to have a distinction between emergency services and referral services. A lot of time, the referral services that happen in counties are in twofold, where the doctors have realized that they cannot be able to manage to treat a patient, and they want to refer a patient to maybe a level 7 or level 6 hospital, and that happens frequently. In my county, we refer patients to Eldred MTRH. Also, on the other hand, elective referral, where the patient's caregivers feel that they want to go to another hospital because, in their opinion, their patient is not getting the care that they want.
And right now what is happening, because at those level of care we are not providing maternity services, we are basically going back to where we are. So skilled delivery basically will drop. Mothers will not go to those facilities because they know where I used to deliver. If I don't deliver to the next facility that is near me, I rather deliver at home. So then that means skilled delivery will basically reduce, and we have already reports on that. The gazetted benefit package also limits maternity services to SHIV, which cannot be used in level 2 facilities. As a result, these facilities have missed out on at least Kenya shilling 2.6 billion as reimbursement from delivery. These primary healthcare facilities are supposed to be getting 10,000 Kenya shillings for every delivery, unlike NHIF, where they used to get 2,500. So as a result of missing out, as a result of the directives, cumulatively these facilities can be able to miss out around 2.6 billion for only deliveries, because mothers now have to go to the higher level to deliver.
No health financing in counties. You realize, Your Excellencies, as a result of withdrawal of USZ government, so many of the programs were actually cut short midway. What is it? What is the effect of the same in terms of running health function at the county? and what is it that you're supposed to do moving forward so that even the gains that have been for the last 12 years then are not lost as a result of this cutoff. HRH is always one of the motive issues. So there are so many things that we need to discuss under human resource for health, including the community health promoters, and of course now the implementation of primary health care, where are we, and the like. Then as the top leadership of the council that is running the counties, as the CEOs of the counties, then what needs to be done so that at least we can be able to shape these policy issues. And among them is the social health SHA, that is under the UHC, universal health coverage. We really need to understand in details what is it that there is a year after this program was launched. Is it working? If not, what needs to be done? Are there challenges that we can be able to address, both at the Council of Governors and as the governors? And what needs to be done at the highest level, that is the policy-making level? Then we have the next program that is equipping the counties in terms of to ensure that universal health coverage is a success. What is the status update? Where are we? And what needs to be done?
For example, excluding level 2 and 3 out of maternity is actually one of the worst thing which is actually doing from the Linda Mama, as you said. For counties in rural, the rural counties in the northern Kenya, for that matter, in fact, we invested 70% of our health budget on level 2s and 3s because of the distance. For example, Mandera is about 260,000 square kilometers. I mean, 26,000 square kilometers.
On the issue of locking out our staff from shark claims by 9th. Today is 5th. I can guarantee you by 9th, we will not have gotten our disbursement. Our disbursement will come after 9th. By the time we remit, it will be around 17th. We will not remit less money for SHA simply because the date passed. But for the time when they have not been able to get our remittance, our people will be locked out. It is as if we have a date with when we have to get sick. If there's a way we can tell our people don't get sick during this period, then that will be easy. But diseases are there all the time. So why this discrimination? There's national government employees. Are they also being locked out? Of course not. So what arrangement they make? This is blunted discrimination, Chair, without even trying to hide anything.
I wish to congratulate you on this significant milestone and to commend the strong commitment that you and the government of Kenya continue to show towards education, skills development, and youth employment. I want to assure you that Finland remains a committed partner and that you can count on our continued support in translating the dual policy into concrete action on the ground. Thank you. Asante sana.
Basically, whatever you are seeing here is just a control system of our disease and estimator. And just as a partnership with the community, we have.
My name is James Mutaro. Graduate from Science and Technology. I will be which is used for example, fire machines. We have the DNS and also
detail. For example, most level is not.
Then end up with the product.
We end up with
You do the whole process.
We don't do the whole process.
You get ready.
Yeah, we acquire them from our partner, that is Machako's School for the Blind, International School.
But ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, allow me to all of us to this important occasion. And thank you so much, Chief on Pivot, and looking at the work that he's doing and the transformation that is being said was the work they are doing with young people to ensure the enabling skills and the likes, ability that they are seeing here. So we want to really appreciate that this is touching lives, and great exit at the nearest exits, as you can see labeled right there. And if you don't mind, you're out here. The average age is about 22, 23. So this is a bit of a young Elijah on there. So we can be able to see how do we interact today, so that we can interact. You can move to the next slide, if you don't mind, very first for me. On behalf of the CS and the PS, I've been the one to share. Not to worry on that. Excellent. So make sure you do that. Take your phone. This is a digital time. Type that for yourself. Slido.com, and the passcode is KINUP. This is where you leave your in, so you could have the next slide. Let's see who has recognized them on the go. Excellent. The German Embassy is represented. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the people who are here. Lovely, lovely. And they're coming in. Augustine, thank you so much. I can see you all the way. Sight savers are here. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Could you have the next slide? We will not wait for to be your favorite team, of course. Yeah, you know he's laughing, so we agree that we shall be this right one.
Fashion and design.
Fashion and design. Seen us sometimes, especially at our dinners. Amazing. Look at it. A lot of people on how plumbing is not shown up here. But they won't see it. Probably we may need more. We may need more. Let's see what you guys think. Is it innovation and tech? Is it you, the ability? Is it going to... Please come up here. Excellent. 1, 2. Yes. Right here. Excellent. 1. Lovely. Let me have a copy. There you go. Excellent. Next as well, we have right there. Oh, yes, it's right here. Excellent. Yes, please press it. There you go. It's working. There you go. Come on, let's appreciate the moment with a beautiful round of applause. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Come on, keep clapping. It's coming up. There you have it. The National Dual Technical and Vocational Education and Training Policy. There you have it. Beautiful one. One more time, a beautiful round of applause for that moment. Asante Sana. Lovely. That is beautiful. It is right there. Now, don't lose your copy. Come up now. Come up here. Excellent. Thank you. There you go. Yes. Come this side as well. This side as well has paper. Just come this side as well. Lovely. Yes. Madam PS, is someone? I believe that should be it. Yes.
So today, ladies and gentlemen, we mark a major milestone in the history of Kenya's education and skills development journey. We gather for the launch of the dual training policy, a policy that speaks directly to the hopes of our young people and the promises that we have made to future generations. We gather not just to launch a policy document, but to celebrate a powerful idea that learning thrives where theory meets practice, where classrooms meet workplaces, where young people gain not only knowledge, but hands-on experience, confidence, and pathways to meaningful employment. That's why when you did the survey, I think 61% were of the opinion that the dual training policy increases chances in employment. Kenya is a youthful nation. More than 70% of our citizens are below the age of 35. This is not simply a demographic fact, but is also a national treasure. Our young people stand ready to imagine, to create, and to build. Our young people do not ask for charity, they ask for opportunity. And as a government, our duty is clear. We must equip our youth with skills, with confidence, and with pathways to dignified work. We are doing this from the earliest levels of our education system because these are the levels that feed into the various tertiary education like TVET. As you may already know, we provide free compulsory basic education in line with Article 53 of our Constitution. The current education reform process that is geared towards the competency-based education will not change this fact. The approved rates of capitation remain in place. That's 1,420 per learner per year in primary schools. Kenya shillings 15,042 per learner per year in junior schools, and Kenya shillings 22,244 per learner per year in senior school. May I take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to clarify that the government has not revised the boarding fees payable by learners at any level, including in senior schools. The approved boarding fees remains as has always been. Reports appearing in sections of the media today to the contrary are incorrect. The government has placed TVET at the center of our development agenda to expand opportunity, drive industrial growth, and empower our youth with skills, dignity, and a future they can build with their own hands and minds. Just a week ago, the Higher Education Loans Board released 441 million for upkeep loans to 54,204 students enrolled in TVET colleges. So far, more than 126,000 TVET students have been funded in the financial year 2025-2026, amounting to a total of 3.47 billion. The dual training policy, therefore, is one of the boldest steps that we are taking to fulfill this duty. It reflects our belief that learning must be practical, it must be relevant, and closely connected to the real economy. It is a critical pillar in the implementation of the competency-based education and training and aligns with Vision 2030's promise of a globally competitive, industrial and knowledge-driven economy.